A song that for me growing up in both Ase, in Sekeni and in Takrade, we always go, we listen to it, and we are happy at the kind of quality we hear in that kind of music. And he needs no introduction. The Senegal man, we all call him, but he's popularly known as Jeduble Ambolley, the man who made rap what it is today. Some have been able to contest it, but quite the original is, we can all go back to it and appreciate. Thank you so much for coming, sir.
Thanks.
Thank you for coming. And I'm sure with the reference to both Ase and certain areas and Sekeni, you can relate, can't you?
Very much so.
Okay. Now, the song we played just before we came is Sigrid Tiwano.
Yes.
I can't help but notice that there's something you're holding this afternoon. What is it?
Oh, you talking about a cigar?
Yes.
Oh yeah, this is it's a cigar anyway.
It's a cigar.
Yeah.
Is that what you smoke all the time?
Not into it that much, but regularly I'm trying to do something with it.
Okay. And I know you're a very honest man, so I guess questions are allowed as well.
Oh, hey man, as many as you want.
I can. Okay. So while we're on the topic of what you smoke, is that the only thing you smoke?
There are so many things that man smokes anyway.
Like what?
Cigarettes are there. You're talking about the natural leaf is there.
Where the natural leaf is?
I don't know why you're asking me, because natural leaf is what I think you know what is called natural leaf.
Is it marijuana?
Yes.
Okay.
It is there. Cigars are there. Some do what we call it cinnamon and all that. You know, people have their own motives, you know, of doing what they want to do, because you know life is a gift. What is given to you, what is good for you,
You take it.
yeah. If it's not good for you, you leave it.
You leave it. So smoking is good for you?
At some point in time, yes, because of what I've been able to accrue out of that.
What have you accrued out of it?
The sensibilities of how you relate by looking at something and the relationship between you and that thing, whether it's going to be good for you or it's going to be bad for you. You know, it opens up so many things that, and you know, talking about smoke, I don't think smoke is something that is, because it's not against the 10 Commandments.
So anything that is not against the 10 Commandments, you can do.
Anything that is not against the 10 Commandments, you are liable to do it. If it's against it, my brother, stay away from it.
But the explanation you give of it livening your sensibilities, it's very, very interesting. Is it for the cigarette, the cigar, or which one? The natural leaf?
I'm talking about a natural leaf.
The natural leaf.
Yeah.
So you're saying, if I'm hearing you correctly, that if people smoke marijuana, and with your experience, your sensibilities are livened up to do the things you do?
One way or the other, because you know, everything, if you do it that much, too much of everything becomes what? Bad.
What's your idea of enough in that regard?
What idea that I have being enough is we need to cut our code according to our sizes.
What's your size?
My size, my code size, hey man, we're talking about my shoes, my pen size, my code size and everything. We all have sizes, thank you.
What's your size?
My size is 42.
42 for shoe. But what's your size?
No, 42 for coat.
For a coat?
Yeah.
But we are making reference to something, and that's what I'm asking about. You're saying your size cuts according to your size.
Yeah.
What is enough for someone may not be enough for you?
Because, you know, a proverb, you know, is very good. Because sometimes if you cut an oversize, you see that, you know, something is wrong. If it tightens you too much, you see that you become uncomfortable. But when it fits you rightly, you enjoy it and make a style and everything with it.
Jedu, indulge me for one more minute in this space. We'll move into the music shortly. But indulge me just for one more moment in that space. Have you ever had an experience of smoking the natural herb and you thought it was an overdose? What happened to you?
I haven't had that experience though. If that happens, then, you know, because most of the herbs that come, each and every one of them has their own connotations. Sometimes you meet the harder ones, sometimes you meet the lesser harder ones. But if you get involved in that, you must know where to step, because the power is in your hands to make a choice. And the choices that we make is what makes us comfortable or uncomfortable.
I asked that question, and I'm sure many Intercredit can relate to this. There's a story of the police raiding a ghetto. The guys were sitting there having a puff, and then one of them says, well, I can't run because I'm high on the marijuana and I can't feel my leg. Is that possible?
Yeah, that's you know, talking about experience. It could be possible.
Could be possible.
Because, you know, we all drink water. Sometimes if we drink a glass of water, it's good for somebody. Somebody the one needs more than a glass of water. Sometimes too, the person needs lesser than a glass of water. So out of the experiences that one has, in everything that one does, is what one chooses to move ahead.
Adopt to it. Okay, that's fine. That's out of the corner of the mind and the smoking. But you're a great man. I'm sure you've heard it a number of times before. But how do you do the kind of rap you do? Where is that from?
Oh, the kind of rap I do, I think that is a gift from the Most High. Because growing up in Sekandi, back in Takrady, there used to be a madman called Arakanya. And Arakanya, many a time you hear him mumbling to himself. He's the one that started, and we were school children. We were following that kind of madman. So when I finished schooling and got involved into music and all that, there were a group of us. The late Andrew Smith, Anthony Nakwa, Marlon Day, Abondawe, myself, some other guys. At any given time that we came back home from school, then we started to do our own thing because we started formulating words with them. About the tusa, about the bowfruit, the bransa quanta, the horse, Samamuta, the Honamanji, Moka, Onumuya Banchi, Samamuta, Zenaman, Jimmy Nature, Madonna, Porter, say that Tasumana,
So Arakanya, the madman, inspired the kind of rap.
The inspiration came from him.
Arakanya?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, he was a man from Liberia, those kind of Liberian guys if you go to Takrady Zenith area, yeah. So sometimes people see somebody and say, oh, he's a mad person. No, everybody creates, whether he's mad or not. If you take a look at him, you will find something that the madman has that you don't have.
Was it always your idea from infancy to be a musician of this kind?
It wasn't my idea, but I looked into my life. Because growing up in Sekandi Takrady, because of the seaport, and I could have been a seaman easily.
Did you ever dream of being one?
My senior brother was. He goes and came back and we go to the ship and all that. But looking into my life, all the guys that I grew up with, some of them became pastors and all that. Some of them too became seamen. And I looked at both and sat down and said, no. I think what I'm endowed to do in this world is music. And I thank Most High that I chose that route because, hey, it has taken me to anywhere that I want, anything that I have, anything that I do, the gift of music has given me that.
Okay, and you say that it was your dream to be what you are, and thank God you've become a legend in your own right. But if you look back on your journey in music and where you are today, was that worth taking?
Too much.
Was that step worth taking?
Too much, because starting to know music by, asking questions from my elders and all that, about the rudiments of music and all that. Aside from that, when I went to America, I knew that I'm already popular here. But America is the entertainment center of the world. If you go there and you can play with American musicians or you can do something for you to be recognized, it means that you passed the mark. And what I did was, when I went to New York, I performed at the Apollo Theater. And I'm the only person that has performed at Apollo Theater that has done 2 songs instead of 1. Because basically everybody does 1 song, move away for the next. When I finish mine, I ask the audience, do you want more? They shout, yeah, and I look at the face of the promoter. He said, go ahead. So that became my what? It became something that made me to know that I've reached the mark.
Now, over the years, and I'm sure that much as you produce music, you also listen to what happens in the country. We've seen rappers come and go. Today, the 2 you can easily point to will be Sarkodie and Manifest. Do they match up to the kind of work you do?
No, they don't match up to what I do because I am the originator. I am the tree. They are branches of the tree. And don't forget that sometimes branches fall and the tree will grow another branch. Yeah. But the tree is always standing. I am the tree. What they're doing, it's what I can say, it's an elevation of what we were doing, but they have missed the mark.
Missed the mark?
Yes.
In terms of what?
Because every country has a culture. if you want to do something by portraying what you have to the rest of the world, you have to carry what you have from your country. Because if you go to Jamaica, they have their own dance hall and things like that. You can't go to Jamaica from here and you'll be doing the same dance hall and things. Then it means that you are copying them. You have to go with something that you took from here that will identify you as somebody coming from this side of the world.
But what they do is a blend of high life, very original African music.
Listen to the background of most of the music that they do. They always choose American rhythms, always choose rhythms that come from outside the vicinity of Ghana, and they rap to it because they've been looking too much Jay-Z's, you know, and Tupacs and all them, so they want to act like them. No, for me, mine is home. Because someone about her now, then they play to the mommy saying that, oh, someone heard that, someone you see, it's home. And the rhythm and everything that is home. This is what we have to carry. That's the reason why sometimes I criticize Stone Boys and things like that. But people think that maybe I'm being hard at them. No, I'm trying to put some sense in their head so that they have to choose what they have from here. The way they sing and everything, no problem with that. But the rhythms and everything that is backing you has to have an identification.
Okay. Now, you've already stated that your roots come from your days in secondary. You learned a lot from that corner. What have you given back to your people for what they've given you?
My people, they've given me so much and I have given them so much. My indelible stamp that I'm just going to leave behind is that I know the up and coming ones, we know the fake ones in there, we know the natural ones in there. What I've done now, because I've been away from Ghana for so long, living in America and all that. Now I've come back, set up my studios and I've set everything up. Now is the time that I'm going to do my own promotion. It's the time that I'm going to take the up and coming ones and groom them. And my people in Ghana are going to know that yes, Mr. Ambolley is back. Because everybody says I have a different rhythm, I have a different way of singing and things like that. Yes, it needs to be passed on. And the time is now and I'm going to pass it on.
Have you found the one to pass it on to?
I've pinpointed one or two, but I'm still looking because at any given time that I hear people performing or see them performing, I know if the one is gifted or not.
Who are the 1 and 2 you've identified?
They are not known.
They're not known?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Because you see, it doesn't have to be that you have to go after somebody who is known. Because God is always recreating. There are new ones always that are coming.
Yeah. Okay. Before I let you go, Takrady Obroni, I've heard it in one of your songs.
Yeah.
Who is Takrady Obroni?
You know, back in the days, when the white man came and things like that to Africa, to Ghana and all that, because of the harbor and all that, you know, they all came in, railways and all that. So some of the white people, you know, some of them got soul-headed because they think that they had money, so they can use the black people and things like that. And in that kind of, you know, thing happening, there were some of the blacks who stand back and watch and say, oh man, this guy, he thinks that, you know, he has because of the money, so Takrady Obroni, you know, and things like that.
Okay.
So that was what motivated
to do the song.
Yeah, to do the song.
Jedu, we've run out of time, but I'm sure you can bless us today with a freestyle and something natural from you that we have not seen before.
Oh,
just to wrap it up.
It's just like, you know, I'm in the house. I'm in the house. You all know what I do. Back in the days in '73, I came out with a record called Samugadu. By the clenching of the hand and the stretching of the feet, Secondia Semen Sudo. I'm the first guy who started to rap back in the days in 1973.
You can never get it wrong with this one. But thank you so much for coming, Ambolley.
Thank you.
I'm grateful.
Thank you so much.
What's next for you? With the promotions, beyond that, what else?
Yes. My new album is going to be released in Europe as early as February.
Next year?
Yeah. And also, I'm constructing a new one here because I know the kind of music my people want here. So that's what I'm doing.
Any one for the Christmas? Any new song for the Christmas?
I haven't planned that, but it's in the process. It could happen.
Everything is possible. Thank you. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, sir.